we set out tonight, but we got done what we needed to get done. It's one game. We're gonna enjoy it for a little bit here, and then move on and get ready for the next one.
Big game from a lot of your depth forwards. What can you say about just the fourth line and Blackwell?
Can't say enough good things. They've been playing some great hockey for the last while here. You could argue they're could be our best line. Through the bit of the struggle that we had, but they played another great game tonight. Stepped up, obviously. Create a lot, and what a big goal by Blackie there.
In the second period, you guys failed to execute on the power play. They score right at the end. What kind of was the message, I guess, going into the third period?
No panic. They got a good penalty kill. Obviously, if we want to score or create some momentum, and it didn't happen. We had 20 minutes to tie it up, and we did that, and we moved on, and that's what I like about this group is there's a lot of character in here. We've been through a lot as a group, and stuck with it and found a way to win.
How big for Tyler to get that goal that he got?
Yeah, that was nice. Albert feels really good for him with what he's gone through this year, and big goal for our team.
Can you get it back quickly? You've been out for 4 months, 5 months, and yet in a game like this, it just seems like he's right back to where normal stride.
Yeah, he looks good out there. Obviously put in a lot of hard work over the last few months here. Prepared himself well, and kudos to him for putting in the work and being ready to go.
It's been a long season, and not playing in the first game, stuff like that. It was just for just kind of been in and out of the lineup kind of towards the end here, and I've always felt that my game is kind of built for the playoffs and stuff along those lines. I love rising to the occasion and playing in moments like this. So for me, honestly, it was going through my mind. I was pissed about the -1 maybe late in the second, and then getting one back, and obviously that's a big win for us. I thought it was awesome. The boys kind of rallied after two kind of late goals in the second, momentum with them going into the third, and then the boys put the work boots on, killed that penalty, and kind of set the tone for the third period. Got the greasy goals there to kind of push it to overtime, and then we were really kind of just chugging along there. Every line was playing really well. Jakey stood on his head, and he really kept us in that game.
What's it feel like to play that third period in overtime after what you've been through for the past 8 games, 10 games?
I've been doing it for 10 years, I'm used to it. So
the team as a whole really played well in the third period in overtime, and it's been kind of up and down up until this point.
Yeah, I think that it says a lot about the character in our room. That was a big win for us. I think if we go into Colorado down 2-0, it's a different series, but I think that's why you're only as good as your next win or your next shift type of thing. So I think whether you make a mistake or just things don't go your way, you got to have a short memory in order to do well in this league and go far in the playoffs. And I think we did a good job of just being smart and kind of sticking to the game plan and doing really well.
What do you think you guys changed about your game to do so well?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
I know, yeah.
You gotta get to bed. I haven't stayed up past midnight in forever.
New dad over there.
That makes two of us.
What did you guys change about your game plan today that was so effective?
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily changing anything. It was just putting pucks behind their D and making them, obviously they got some really good skaters, and making them go 200 feet and forechecking, and just playing a little bit grindy and greasy.
How do you keep yourself ready for big moments like that when you're maybe not in the lineup every night?
Yeah, I think it's working hard when you get a chance on the ice and, in the gym and stuff. And, I've been doing this for a while, missed a lot of time over the years, and it's really just like the mental, stay sharp mentally, because I think just working hard on and off the ice, and then making sure you're in the right mindset, and just when you get back in there. When I was younger, now I don't really worry about making a mistake or anything along those lines. I just go out there and play hockey, and good things happen.
Colin, we talked about your hiatus from the playoffs for a couple years now.
What does this game-winning goal mean to you?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, just to obviously to help the team win any single time, but just to get another crack and taste in the playoffs. That's kind of why I wanted to come here in the summertime and be a part of this. And I love this group, and it's been a hell of a year and a lot of fun. So I'm just excited to do whatever I can to help the team win, and then get a taste of playing the playoffs is what everybody dreams for, to hopefully hoist the cup at the end of this run. So I'm just excited to be here.
It's pretty quick. No, but I mean, just the emotions that come with that game, and playing in front of our fans, and looking up and not seeing anyone sitting down. I mean, that's what the months of being out are all worth it. Just being able to get back and be a part of this group and a part of this this journey together, and the highs and lows, and what it feels like to win a game like that, and maybe losing the first one, and now get to Colorado and try to steal the first one.
You guys have been down 2-0 before, but considering how the regular season ended, how big is it to get to 1-1 in this series?
Yeah, I think you go both ways. Obviously, it's a fresh new season of playoffs, but it's been a little bit since we won a game, and it's almost like going through a slump. You got to try to just break it and simplify, and we did that tonight and have something great to build off of.
Walk us through the first goal.
Pardon?
Walk us through your goal.
Took a slap shot, went in.
What does
Great.
it mean to you, though, for what you've been through, right? And all the rehab and the hard work you put in?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Honestly, I think scoring a goal is almost like the last thing you almost kind of think of. There's so many things to getting back in the lineup that you're thinking about, whether it's your body or details of the game, and then you get a goal. I mean, that it's something again to build off of for sure.
The guys celebrated pretty hard when Blackwell scored. Was
yeah.
it because of the win, or was it because of him, or
Yeah, all the
everything?
above, because of the time of the night. Lots of things you could peg it on, but no, I mean, Colin's one of those guys, especially me being out, I get to see how hard he works every day. I get to see him, how he is in the gym. I get to see how good of a basketball player he is. There's many things that, I get to see with some of these guys that are in the lineup, and, you're just proud of, a guy like him and what he did. And, we talked about it quickly after the game. I mean, a part of this journey and playing for a couple months, different guys are going to be in the lineup, different guys are banged up, different guys got to step up, and it started early for us.
Can he dunk?
Pardon me?
Can he dunk? He
That's
looks
not
like
nice.
the kind of a guy.
If I give him a boost, he can dunk.
Pete, why'd you put Blackwell in the lineup, and what'd you think of him getting the big one?
Yeah. Well, you know what? He was a consideration for game one. He's had a great year for us, played really well. He didn't go in game one. I talked to him when we didn't play him in game one and told him, be ready. You're not going to be out long. And I wanted to get him in game two. He's one of those energy guys. I thought after losing game one, we needed a little shot of energy there. And he's a competitive player. And, I thought he was effective all night. But it's also great to see a guy like that get a goal. Sit out game one, work with the Black Aces, and then come in and play a part. That's playoff hockey.
It looked like you guys got to the interior on Blackwood tonight. Do you feel that your team did better at that, and did it contribute to the win? Yeah,
I thought we were much more direct in our game tonight than we were in game one. So that's why I felt like we felt more dangerous. I thought we played faster. Those are the things that we've got to continue to build on.
Pete, we tend to focus on the bigger names, certainly from a media perspective, and these two teams are loaded, but they get a couple of fourth-line goals. You have a fourth-liner scoring the winner. What does that say about the depth of these two outfits?
Yeah. Well, I think that's why, you see at the trade deadline, both Colorado and us adding players. I think everybody knows that this is a gauntlet, and it's a war of attrition, and you need depth at every position. And it's funny, but the best players get so much attention in the pre-scouts when they're on the ice that a lot of times, it's not surprising these games are decided by the depth guys.
Pete, for Jamie and Tyler, kind of looked for first game where had Tyler in game 82, but watching them play in a little bit of a vintage kind of game for them, kind of leading the team. What do you kind of see from them, maybe from the inside to then what we also see on the ice as well?
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are glue leadership guys for us. And I thought Tyler, well, both guys were really good tonight. I thought Tyler really took a step from game 1 tonight. He looked more comfortable, more up to speed. And I think he's going to get better every game here. We talked about that. I think game 1, his first game in 50 games. I mean, in the last one in Nashville, I don't really count. So, I'm glad to see that, and we need that. But where they drive the bus for us is in the dressing room and leadership and messaging, and they're both fantastic that way.
You made a line with all Finnish guys.
Yeah,
you like what you saw from them.
You like that, huh? Yeah. You know what? Those guys. They all know each other. They get along well. They talk in Finnish, so whatever they're saying, if it's about me, I don't understand, so it doesn't bother me. But I think we've been moving guys around. We've been moving Mikko around, trying to find a fit, and hopefully we did tonight. I think those guys looked effective after we did that at the end of the first.
We always talk about a goal in the last minute of the period.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that? And it looked like the third period and overtime was some of your best hockey in weeks.
Well, listen, I mean, our season's on the line. Let's be honest. I mean, if we lose the first 2 games here, we got away with it last year in Series 1 against Vegas, but you're probably not going to that well again this year and coming up and winning. So, we knew our season was on the line, and I thought, like I said, we got more direct in our game and more competitive, and got rewarded for that.
What did you think of the call late in regulation that was made on Mikko Rantanen and the penalty?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet, so I can't tell you. I haven't looked at it yet.
What do you think of Jake?
Yeah.
Just some criticism.
Yeah, you know what? Jake got better as the game went on. That's vintage Jake, right? I thought when the game temperature turned up and it got really important, he made his biggest saves and looked his most comfortable that he has in the series. So that's a good sign.
That late penalty kill at the end of the third.
Yeah.
Did it seem like some of the momentum from that carried into overtime for you guys?
Yeah, that was a huge kill. I mean, that's a tough point in the game to have to kill a penalty. But I thought our guys, particularly Back and Steele and our defensemen that were killing there, I thought they really stepped up and got the job done. Against obviously an elite world-class power play. Okay, thank you.